What's up YouTube, it's Kitchen Be Chillin' back with another video, and in this one, I'm going over what I think are the best point guard builds so far in 2K21. Now there's quite a few, so make sure you stick around and see which one you think is the best for your playstyle. So this first build is just going to be an ordinary PlaySharp. You want to pick the yellow and green split, not the one under it with the mostly green. You want to go with the split in the middle, playmaking and shooting. Then pure speed, so on the point guard you want to be as fast as possible. So the way I made it, you get 1 finishing, 25 shooting, 22 playmaking, and 8 defense. I chose to go with only 1 finishing because it has a low driving dunk anyways, so you're not going to be driving too often. Especially, I've seen a lot of people saying they're going to make inside bigs this year, so a driving point guard doesn't really fit well with a driving big. That's why I went with 1 finishing. Now for the height, in my opinion, 6'5" is the best height for this, because you get 88 speed, and then if Gym Rat is still a thing, you get the +4 from that, and then the +4 from 99. You'll have a 96 speed at 99, which I think is faster than, say, a 6'2" with 99 speed, because you're taller, you take up more ground. Then for the wingspan, you can honestly go with anything here. Max is really good, you get really good defense, but with minimum, you also have really high, like 3-pointer, 91, and then +4, it'd be 95 on a PlaySharp. So I think if you play mostly 3s and Pro-Am, go with the minimum, and then if you're only a 2s player, then max wingspan's probably better. Then for the takeover options, on the minimum wingspan you get a sharp, shot creator, and playmaker, but if you go with the max wingspan you also get lock takeover, which I don't think it would be the best choice, but it is another option. In my opinion, the sharp takeover is best, even with a max wingspan. Actually, it'd probably be more helpful for max wingspan, because you have a lower 3-pointer. And that's called Playmaking Shot Creator. It's similar to Steph Curry, D'Lo, and Kirk Heinrich. Now this next build is going to be if you want more finishing than the PlaySharp, but you still want to be able to shoot. It's the split green and blue chart, finishing and shooting. Not the mostly finishing one with some shooting, it's the split even. And then pure speed again. Again, you want to be as fast as possible. And with this build, you're going to end up with 16 finishing, 18 shooting, 12 playmaking, and 6 defense. Then for the height on this build, if you want contact dunks, you have to go 6'5" or taller. So at 6'5", max wingspan, so you get 81 driving dunk, and then at 99, with the +4, you'll get all the contact dunks. The only thing I don't like about this build is that you do have to go max wingspan, and that lowers your ball control and 3-pointer. But there is another build that I'm going to show you that you don't have to go max wingspan to get contact dunks. Now for the takeover options on this build, you get slash, shot creator, lock, and playmaker. Now you don't get sharp take because you do have to go max wingspan, and that makes your steal higher, so you get lock take instead of sharp. But I wouldn't choose sharp take on this build anyways, I'd go with slasher or playmaker. And you can see it's called a slasher, but you'll still have Hall of Fame shooting badges. Now this next build is one I mentioned earlier. It's the more finishing, a little less shooting, the one right under the last pie chart. And then you want to go pure speed on basically every point guard. Now the one drawback to this build that the other finishing shooting gets is this one doesn't have Hall of Fame shooting badges, but it has a higher 3-pointer because you can go shorter on the arms. So as you can see, you get 18 finishing, 16 shooting, 13 playmaking, and 6 defense. So you do get less shooting badges than the other build, but because you only get them on gold, you can have more total badges. Like, you can have 5 golds instead of 4 Hall of Fames. Now for the height on this build, I'm gonna go with 6'5" again, because it increases your dunk. You can also make this build a little shorter, you just have to go longer on the wingspan to get the contact dunks. And then minimum weight, and you can see if you max the wingspan, you get 84 driving dunk, instead of the 81 on the other build. But your 3-pointer goes down to a 75. So if you go 82.4, you get 82 driving dunk with a 78 3-pointer. So at 98 overall, you get all the contact dunks. And at 99, you'll have 82 3-pointer. Now another way you can make this, if you want higher ball control, is at 6'3", minimum weight again, and then 82.2 on the wingspan. Wait. Yeah, 82.2 on the wingspan. So you get 82 driving dunk. Again, you have to be 98 to get contact dunks. But you get 82 ball control. So that means at 99 you'll have 86. Whereas the 6'5" version would have 84. And then if you want sharp take on this build, as you can see, you have to go one shorter for lock take to go away. But if you want that 82 driving dunk and sharp take, you can take your finishing down to 17 badges, and then take 1 off your steal and put a few into block so you have 6 again. And then you can take the remaining and put it into shooting, so you get 17-17 instead of 18-16. And then you also get an extra playmaking badge. So if you want sharp take, then you can do this and get a few more badges. As you can see, you get sharp take, and this build's also called a slasher, so it's a slasher with sharp take. Now this next build is actually at small forward, and it's the pure playmaking pie chart with pure speed. And I went at small forward because you can get more badges at small forward instead of point guard. And as you can see, you get a 6, 12, 25, and 8. I think at point guard it was like 8, 12, 20, and 8. So you gain 5 playmaking badges that only lose 2 finishing, which I think is pretty worth it. Now for the height, 6'7" is probably the best. You could go 6'8" also, but it's a little slower and it has a lower 3-pointer. So if you go 6'7" and 82 on the wingspan, it doesn't look too great, but if you think about it, at 99, you'll have 98 speed with 90 ball control and 78 3-pointer, all while being 6'7" and being able to speed boost. And as you can see from the takeovers, you can actually get sharp takeover on this build. And it's called a point forward because it's at small forward. Alright, now the last build I got is at shooting guard, the 2-way sharp. You want to go shooting guard because it gets more badges than the point guard, just like the pure play. Green and red pie chart. You want to go pure speed. And this build gives 2, 20, 12, and 18. And the attributes are really good on this build, and the badges don't really show it. So for the height, I think 6'5" is definitely a really good height for this. And then minimum weight, so you get that 89 speed, it'll be a 98 at 99. And for the wingspan, you can use this as a lock build and spot up too, or you could make it a ball handler as a point guard. If you do make it with a long wingspan as a lock build, I think this is one of the best for that, because it gets like a 94 steal, and you still have Hall of Fame shooting badges too. But if you want to make it as more of a point guard, you can go down to 6'3", and I think I went 174 on this. so you gain strength and don't lose anything. Then for the wingspan, you can go minimum. You get higher 3-pointer, but you lose quite a bit on the defense. So what I think is best is just one shorter from default, 78.6. All you get is +1 on ball handle and -1 on defensive board. So at 78 ball handling, with the +4 from 99, it's 82. And then if you play with someone that has floor general, you'll have 86. So you'll have 86 ball control, 88 3-pointer, 80 drive and dunk, and 90s on the defense. So I think this is definitely one of the best builds, but you just have to have it in the right situation with floor general. For the takeovers, you get Lxck, Shot Creator, Sharp, and Slasher. If you want Playmaker, you can go shorter on the wingspan, and it replaces the slashing. But for me, I would either go with Lxck or Sharp. And the name says what it is, two-way sharpshooter. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think is the best build, and if this helped you out, hit like and subscribe. But other than that, I'm out.